The sights and sounds of an old village in the hills of northern Italy. About an hour's ride from the Adriatic coast, where the city of Rimini sits as a focal point of the Italian Riviera. Hidden away on a side street in Rimini is a nondescript building in which magic awaits. From art on the walls to art forms on tables, this is a mechanical mecca for anyone who loves to twist the throttle. This is the factory for Bimota motorcycles, one of the most rare and exclusive brands in the world.
It's not a factory like we bring in, people from the stock market and try to get them to invest in our company. This is just a building where, love of building motorcycles is everywhere.
It's more an artisan's workshop than a motorcycle factory, and it's not easy to find. At Bimota, the focus is on their unique bikes and not their building.
So you drive in this neighborhood and you're looking for the address the first time, and it's number 38 and you're on the right road and you're driving around and you're looking for a factory, and there is no factory. And when you get here, you go past it and you go, oh, I passed it, and then you have to turn around and come back, and then you see literally a logo on the front of the building that's no bigger than 1.5 feet in diameter, and it says B.
There are no computer-controlled machines here. Everything is done by hand, and the goal is something between obsession and perfection, like spending hours with a hand-operated lathe to mill the perfect oil filler cap out of billet aluminum, engraved with a simple B for Bimota.
The way they build motorcycles at Bimota is almost the way an artist would build a piece of sculpture or a painter would do a painting.
There is no assembly line at Bimota. It's a workshop where at most they can build 4 or 5 bikes in one day. And each motorcycle is hand-built from start to finish. With tools and parts neatly lined up, the build begins by slowly and carefully adding the front section of the frame to the engine. There is no sense of urgency. Watching the rear frame and suspension go on, it's clear that it takes as long as it takes to build a Bimota. At least one full day just for final assembly. The front triple clamp, forks and wheel come next. All the custom-made pieces are beginning to take the form of a motorcycle.
This guy feels a certain sense of pride. He gets to feel all the beautifully machined, handmade parts that go on this thing. And if you notice, they take the time to put a little fingerful of grease on some of the parts, and they loosely put things together, and then they've got the torque wrench, and everything is hand torqued to the right specification. He must have stopped 5 or 6 times in the process and took out a clean rag and wiped his fingerprints off of the frame, because this is what he does. He doesn't want to even look at fingerprints on this beautiful piece of artwork that he's building, the sculptor that he's sculpting. He wants to make sure that every time he turns around to put something back on this thing, it's as beautiful as it can be, and that really kind of shows you the way these people feel about the job they're doing.
Even final testing is hands-on. There's no computer checking the data. The man who built the bike fires it up. And then he'll take it out for a test drive, the old-fashioned way of building and testing a brand new bike.
There's a certain passion in the guy downstairs that fires it up for the first time and rides it around the block. And these guys really are motorcycle people. They're not just assembly workers that are going to a job in the morning.
And this is something you'd never see in any other motorcycle factory. The guys who built the bike from start to finish end their day by building a shipping crate for their creation. Another Bimota is about to leave the factory. Somewhere, some lucky owner will soon be able to twist the throttle on one of the most exclusive motorcycles in the world.